Okay, a very good evening to our lecturer, Madam Hazlina, and to my fellow friends. So today, I'll be I'll be presenting about my innovation on communicative English 2, on subject communicative English 2. And my name is Sherwin Rajan, and my matrix number is 08DPI19F1079, and the title of my innovation will be the twin ambulance. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna tell you guys before I specifically go to my my specific innovation. I'm just gonna roughly tell about what is an ambulance. So an ambulance is a medically equipped vehicle which transports patients to treatment facilities such as hospitals. Typically, out of hospital medical care is provided to the patient. Ambulance can also rapidly transport paramedics and other first responders to the scene, carry equipment for administering emergency care, and transport patients to hospitals or to other definitive care. I gotta be fast. So I'm gonna talk about my introduction. So why is it called as a twin ambulance? Why did I even name my innovation as a twin ambulance? Because my innovation is about an ambulance which has two heads on its body, which can be split at any time. Which has two heads on its body, it means 1 and 2. So this is how it works. It has two bodies, two heads and two bodies, which has been combined. So if there is an emergency, this ambulance will be arriving at that place, and then once reaching that place, if there is an accident or something else, or any emergencies, first ambulance will be like reaching at that place. If there is more to 3 or 4 4 of them is there, this first ambulance will be bringing the patients who needs the emergency treatment to the hospital, like who is in a critical situations. This first ambulance will be this first head will be bringing those patients to the hospital first, where the second head will be staying there to give first aid for the victims whose situation is not so critical. You guys understand, right, what I'm trying to explain? Hope you guys do. So I'm gonna talk about the features and characteristics about my ambulance. So first of all, I've used FCV for my ambulance. So FCV is something which can be called as fuel cell vehicle. Fuel cell vehicle is something that something like battery powered electric car, but FCV is something which has more power than electric power car, where FCV uses hydrogen to generate power to move the vehicle. 5 kg of hydrogen can travel for almost 300 kilometers non-stop, compared to 3 hours charge for the electric power cars can only bring 160 miles at most. The reason why I chose FCV, because it can travel the farthest than any other technologies that have found so far. So FCV mostly used for aircrafts compared to normal vehicles, but in some countries they have already developed this system in some normal vehicles, such as Japan and Shell. They have already developed this plantation using hydrogen as fuel. So why do I use FCV for ambulance? Why do I use FCV for ambulance when I can use the normal fuel for the ambulance, for my ambulance? Because FCV, because my ambulance is something that will not move with tires. Because my ambulance, it has 36 high power iron thrusters at each side of the both heads, here and also here. So the 36 high power thrusters is equivalent to 275 horsepower. 275 horsepower. But still, why I didn't use fuel for my ambulance? It is because I got this idea from NASA. I was going through on YouTube and I found this idea on YouTube. I use hoverboard system on my ambulance, because NASA, where they use the same system to make a car fly with the use of 36 high power thrusters, which is equivalent to 275 horsepower, can literally make the ambulance to fly, together with the weight of equipment in it, with the weight of patients and the weight of drivers. So the thing that will make the ambulance to fly is the twin electric motor pods, which is this. This is the twin electric motor pods. Here is, it's also the same. Twin electric motor pods that distributes electric system with a megawatt power that will make the ambulance to lift up. Actually, here I should have did a fan, but then I just found these items, so I just did it as fast as I can. So I'm gonna talk about the width, the height, and the weight about of my ambulance. The size of my ambulance is just the same as normal ambulances, only because it has two heads, so its length will be 70 feet. Each side is 35 feet, just exactly like normal, just exactly like a normal ambulance. So when I have two heads and two tails, it's equivalent to 70 feet. The width of my ambulance is this will be just exactly as normal ambulance, which is 8 feet. And the weight of my truck, or can be also called as ambulance. No, it's actually a van, but can also be called as truck. It's a bit different than normal trucks, which is 4,500 kilogram per side, which means both sides of the ambulance weighed around 9,000 kilogram without passengers. So I'm going to talk about the function of my ambulance. So only because because of this, my ambulance have two heads. It can bring more than one person for sure. It can also be called as 2-in-1 vehicle. This ambulance can also bring two different patients in one vehicle, which can save the time that will be taken for 2 to 3 minutes. Ambulance that will be arriving at the destination within that time. So the next one will be can reach to a destination at the very fast and safely. The reason why I innovated a flying ambulance is because the ambulance can reach to the accident place or to the hospital from the accident place without facing any traffic or jams. So I believe that it can also save people's life where there are still some cases which the victims are dying inside of the ambulance only because it took kind of long time for them to arrive to that place. So this flying technology can make the ambulance reach to the hospital, to the nearby hospital fast, and to give to save the victim's life. So I think that's all from me today, and thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and that's it from me. Thank you.